Trevor, what are you eating? What are you doing?
I can't stop eating.
Okay, I know that's a Homer Simpson line. Love it. And you're eating cashews. See, that's another influence. Look at that, cashews.
You are an influencer.
I influenced Trevor to buy his own cashews. I introduced him to this nut, and he has now adopted his nut.
This nut.
And this nut here, I introduced him to this nut, and
Another
now this
episode
nut.
of Two Blokes Talking Nuts. Thanks for joining us. I bought
cashew.
mate. I bought cashews on the way to Spain
There you go.
because I would normally buy a packet of M&Ms.
Right,
I'll be honest. I'd normally on a long haul flight
smash
I'd buy
a packet of M&Ms.
a packet of M&Ms, a packet of Minties, a packet of Snakes.
Really?
Yeah, I'd smash all of them. Sometimes what I would do
On
is
a long flight, you mean?
yeah,
or?
on like a Europe or America.
Yeah, right.
And sometimes what I try and do is not, get sleep and stuff, and then end at the hotel with a packet of lollies, so that because if it, do you know when we went to China last year? We went to China.
November,
we were there. We went to China last year, and the food was just very hard to arrange. On the first day, I pretty much just ate Alan Snakes, and I rationed. I didn't smash them. I was like, I'll have one now, then I'll have another one.
Right.
Until I discovered those deep fried.
Yeah, the deep
pork.
fried pork. Yeah,
Oh, that was good.
that was nice.
Anyway, yeah, cashews.
Cashews. So that's good. You're making the healthy alternative too.
Yeah, but mate,
you eat the chocolate.
mate.
You eat you don't eat peanut M&Ms, do you?
No,
See, I eat peanut M&Ms. Maybe you try peanut M&Ms now.
mate. This
Hey.
this is
What are you
not a
showing
good
me?
amount of
No.
cashews to be eating.
Well, that's.
I can tell you right
I
now.
normally buy a bag. It's bigger than that.
I'm telling you,
Get them from Aldi, the Foresters one.
this is a meal in terms of Weight Watchers points.
Ah.
Yes.
Oh, so they're
remember
a lot of
you were
points.
bringing 5 almonds?
No, it was actually more than that. It was
Whatever.
25 almonds.
It's a lot.
How many cashews are you allowed to have?
I don't know. I'm not counting at the moment.
Yeah, they're a bit more calorie rich, let's just say, than an almond. Still healthier though than eating chocolate and other snacks. But
I was in an airport lounge, or no, it was on the plane. Someone had given me the nuts on a plane, in business class, and they'd put the nuts down. I put
almonds and cashews.
Got my talk. Well, I didn't know. I couldn't remember what an almond looked like. I didn't eat them because I was nervous.
You've tried them.
But I couldn't remember. And I looked at it and went, that looks like something I wouldn't eat. And so I went rummaging through looking for the cashews.
The cashews, yeah, the cashews
and then
are the
I couldn't
curly
remember
ones.
what peanuts were.
Trevor's lived a very sheltered lifestyle, haven't you, when it comes to food?
I don't know what to say.
His food groups, you can count on one hand his food groups. Is that right, mate?
I don't know what to say other than
Okay.
It's just new to me, and you're all experiencing it with me as I go.
Well, I'm glad to see that one thing that I suggested has stuck. So welcome to the cashew world,
Welcome to the nut world.
the nut world. You fit right in.
I do.
To that.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm happy with that. And you're bloody jet setting this week again.
I am, yeah, going to Brisbane this week to watch the mighty Rabbitohs play the Broncos. By the time this goes to air, the game is probably halfway through. Hopefully
Is it a
Souths are winning.
Thursday night game?
Thursday night game, yeah.
Right.
So,
They're
heading
playing
up there,
Broncos.
the Broncos, yeah.
They get smashed.
Oh,
13-11.
thanks for your confidence.
It's going to be 2 field goals.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because heading up there because Joe's brother lives up there. So Anthony
Shout
and
out
his
to
son
Anthony.
and his son Sam, we're going to go together to the game.
Right.
Yeah.
What's Sam do? How old is he?
Sam's 15. He's at
Okay.
school. He's still
Giddy
a
up.
school kid. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Still, he's a black belt in
Okay,
jiu-jitsu.
So
So
Anthony's young
watch
like
out.
me, not old like you.
Yeah, he's got his kids are about your kids' age.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're.
Did you miss what I just said?
Yeah, I heard what you said, you idiot. I just try to ignore it, but that's okay. He's only, I think he's only, you're 8 years younger than me. He's 4 years younger than me.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, mate, I got started early. What do I do? Well, my daughter's 29. Happy birthday to my daughter Jackie a couple of weeks ago. She turned 29. My daughter Jacqueline. And my son Aaron turned 27 a week ago as well. And Haley will be 24 in August. Yeah. I got married young. Way ahead of the game. Way ahead of Trevor.
It's just very old. Like,
And your kids will be that age one day too,
well, no.
Yeah. And then you'll be older than me then at that point.
And you'll still be older than me.
I know. Yeah.
On a percentage basis, I guess it gets lower. Hey?
Yeah.
Well,
Someone
when we're-
said a really interesting thing to me the other day. Life is like a roller toilet. It goes faster as you get towards the end.
Oh,
Goes
okay.
faster as you get towards the end.
I'd like to
understand
think that I'm only in the middle, though.
Oh yeah, plenty of tissue, plenty of.
I'm going to need plenty of
Left
toilet paper
on
left
mine.
on the roll.
Yes.
I'm only running a 1-ply life though at the moment, so
Oh, yeah, really, mate. I'm 3-ply minimum, mate.
yeah, I figured
3-ply
as much.
minimum.
Yeah, no,
over my way,
see
mate.
it. I see it.
Out here in the country, I don't know how it works,
Yeah,
but
no,
where I
absolutely.
live, mate, it's 3-ply minimum. Well, don't you reckon that part of your life you need a bit of,
I just don't know that I'm.
bit of comfort?
I don't know how I'll make it to that age
Oh,
financially.
to my age,
No, it's like 80.
right? Financially,
Yeah.
you got a bit of time to worry.
I don't want to
about.
have to work
Mate,
that long though.
You're doing very well, mate.
No, I'm not. Not okay. Bills are paid.
Yeah, you'll be right. You'll be
Right.
right. You might qualify for the pension. You never know.
I need financial advice, but you know the problem with financial advice? It costs money.
Cost you money. Yeah,
It's the worst
that's
part.
the catch-22 of our
used to
financial
do-
advice. Cost you money.
When I was doing 2UE weekends,
Yep.
5 hours, there was a half hour there where we take call. We had a financial dude in, and it was one of those. It was a lovely bloke. To
Yeah.
be clear, I can't remember his bloody name, but squillionaire. Like he'd done well,
Yep.
and could trade the stocks and all that stuff.
Yep. Investment properties and all
And
that.
and it's like, mate, it's really hard to take advice from someone that's just can afford to lose $5,000 by investing $5,000. Like it's
Yeah.
it's much harder. It's
Gotta
like,
spend
I thought
money to
about-
make money,
no,
as
but
they
I thought
say.
about
Yeah.
for my mum. I'm like, you've
Yeah.
got a very small amount of money.
Yeah.
We want to maximise it, but
Yeah.
there's no way she's spending $2,000 or $3,000 on a financial advisor who
Mate, just
might make her.
Put it into a fund. Just get the interest now on fixed term deposits is like 6.5% now. It's healthy again.
Just to buy some Bitcoin,
Don't do that,
mate. It's at 110 Australian dollars.
But next week it'll be 20.
No,
You
mate.
don't know. You don't know. It's
Mate.
volatile.
mate.
It's unpredictable.
Mate, it's been.
Didn't it drop to
It
like
was-
something ridiculous?
Well, it was at 36,000 a year ago,
Right. And what
and
is
now
it
it's
now?
at 110.
Yeah, that's
in late 2021. It spiked up to 87,
mate, that is
and then it went down to 25.
Before you mentioned you're not the sort of bloke who's going to put 5,000 and prepare
Yeah.
to lose it.
Yeah.
That's preparing to lose it, because look, you could triple your money, but you could lose your money. You could
Yeah.
lose half your money.
That's it.
You want a bit more assurance on your investment.
Oh no, 100%.
Yeah, so I think if you're
tempting, though.
in turn for your mother,
No, not
so
for my mother, Jesus
she has
Christ,
enough
no.
money to invest in a term deposit. Just put the term deposit in and just take the interest, live off the interest.
Yeah,
if you've
mate,
got enough in there.
I don't want to break to you. My mum has enough money to maybe buy
Okay.
a house, and that's it.
Okay,
Yeah,
All
and
good.
we'll be living
All
off the
good.
pension.
she can move in with you. You're renovating your home, and that you make room for her.
No, she can't move it with me. Cost of living in Sydney is just too high.
Yeah,
It's very expensive
as we know,
to live here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, even out here in the country, you reckon it's expensive?
Shut up.
My God, come out my way, mate. You'll see how it works.
What's your average Ks a week? You drive like 20 Ks a week apart from when you come here?
No, more than that. More than that. Probably, I don't know. I reckon a month I probably drive about 1,000 Ks a month. Maybe less.
Including coming
Maybe
in?
less, yeah, including coming in. Yeah,
Wow.
Maybe less.
Wow. Okay.
Even less now, because we're driving a different car a week. So my car's in the driveway a lot more often than it usually is. I'm driving other cars now.
That's
so,
the beautiful
yeah,
thing.
it's going to keep my mileage right down on the Merc.
Mate,
yeah.
that's I'm here to
Yeah.
help. That's the way it should be, right? All right,
That's
well, enough rabbiting on. It's time to do this.
Welcome to Two Blokes Talking Tech
Not a bad price.
with Trevor Long from EFTM.com
Really handy device.
and Stephen Fennick from TechGuide.com.au.
Yeah, that's going to be on my tombstone, I reckon. A really handy device.
Someone
it's going to be on my
remind me
gravestone.
in my grief to arrange that. Just
Really
on,
handy
just
device.
not the
Stephen
real
Here
one.
lies Stephen Fennick, 1968 to 2089.
Jesus Christ, yeah, calm down.
I'll live to be 121 if that's the case.
Yeah.
But really handy device.
Just to be clear, Joe, I'm not going to request that be on the tombstone, but I will do something in Canva.
Okay.
I'll make a
That'd be good.
tombstone
Yeah,
in Canva.
in Canva. What will yours say? I told you I was sick. Is that what you're saying? I wasn't joking. I was sick.
What would mine say? Oh, well, if my kids are going to do it, it'll be like Trevor Long from the Today Show.
TL
that's what
from the
they write.
Today Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, good times.
What's your legacy? We think about legacy. Think about that later.
Oh, mate.
Your
What are you
legacy.
doing
That's
to
maybe
me?
a chat for the private.
Yeah, episode 624 of Two Blokes Talking Tech. Thanks to Netgear, thanks to Arlo, great sponsors, great companies, great products, and we'll tell you more about them shortly. Stephen, get the starter's gun ready. The The race is on.
Boom.
LG is out of the blocks, not like Lando Norris at the Jeddah Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, not jump starting, although he didn't get penalised for it.
Yep.
He did jump the start. And LG cracking out of the blocks.
Straight out
with
hard.
their 2024 home entertainment TV
Yes.
range. Now, 35 OLED models.
Yes.
As I put my glasses on so that I can give you accurate information here on the podcast. But here's the thing. The headline here. Now, we've had a look at these. We were lucky enough, and you can talk about
we
where
saw
we
them
went
in
and
Vegas.
whatnot.
Yes. Yep.
These are great TVs. They're improved, etc. Right?
Yep.
But the real story here is that they have been able to reduce the price on some models comparatively to the year-on-year equivalent by 20 to 25%.
That's
less.
big. That's big.
And I think one of the ones that I think that's critical for is, they've got their QNEDs.
Yep.
They're cool, but they're B4.
Yes.
So that's their their entry level,
yeah.
almost entry level
OLED. Yep.
In their 55 and 65 inch models.
Yeah.
Are 20 to 25% cheaper.
Yeah, amazing. And is it also the QNED 65 inches? That's 25% as well.
Yeah.
You know what? That's quite a statement, I reckon, because
Huge.
I think they address the fact that, everyone mentioning cost of living pressures and all these other things happening, and for them, for a customer to know that the brand new, because normally what we tell people this time of year, if you want to save some money, buy last year's model.
Yeah.
But this time now, LG is making this year's model up to 25% cheaper than last year's model. So our advice, out the window.
Yeah.
So this is a big statement. And also, too, I understand that LG out of the gates first. Normally, they release later in the year. Samsung normally is out first. But this year, LG got to the line first. And, first mover advantage, they're making all these discounts. And on top of that, it's an amazing range of televisions.
It is.
That has some incredible improvements.
Let me give you some year-on-year comparisons here, right? So the B4, which is this year's model. So in the OLEDs, they go B, C, G, and then the M. B, C, G. So B is the good, C is the better, and the G is broadly the best.
Yep.
The B4, so the 4 means 2024, the 3 means 2023. The B4 at 55 inches is $24.99. The B3 at 55 inches was $31.49.
Wow.
Now, I'm confident that was pretty much $25.99 in retail, like it was in the mid-twos.
But if RRP.
If this can drop in JB and Harvey's within a month to the low twos instead of mid-twos, that's amazing. The 65 this year is $32.99. Last year, $4,000. That's like $800 difference in price.
That's remarkable. Yeah.
Now that's really wild.
Do you reckon this will force Samsung to do the same thing? Will this
think it
force
will.
their hand to say, well, you know what, we've got to not take a hit, but we've got to maybe make them a bit more attractive price-wise?
Here's the thing. So in the C4, which is probably the sweet spot, the 83-inch C4 this year, $7,999. Last year, $8,999.
Not bad.
Mate, the whole range is
in
lower.
store could come down even further.
And it's actually so in the higher spec models, it's the bigger screens that have come down in price.
Yeah. Well, they've addressed that too. I think what was the stat? Was it 40%, 75% and above? That's the stat? 35%.
Yeah.
They mentioned LG. 75%.
Yes.
And
75 inches
and above accounts for 40% of sales.
Currently 35. Yeah. They projected to be 40.
Projected 40. Well,
that's wild.
That's pretty, it just shows that the what I call the stepping on point, the standard size that people, remember years ago it was 55 inch and it went to 65. Now it's 75. And interestingly, we had the launch, they held the launch at Allianz Stadium. And I'm thinking, why would they do that? It's obviously sporting arena, beautiful sunny day. Every sign in Allianz was all lit up red with LG. And they made the point that 2024 is going to be quite the year for sport.
It was a subtle way of saying there's a big sporting event on. We're not a sponsor, but hey, buy a new TV for the Olympics.
Well, the NRL season's just started.
Yeah, that's on every year.
AFL season's just started.
That's on every year.
Paris Olympics.
That's coming, and that's a big deal.
What's the soccer event? It's
who cares? No one cares
some European soccer that's happening as well. But point is that
I think it's the UEFA or the Euro.
Point is that people buy TVs to watch sport.
Yeah.
And especially Australians, we love sport. It's an excuse to buy TVs, don't you reckon? Like, how many stories have you done with the footy finals coming up?
Yeah.
TV buyer's guide for the footy finals. I think this is smart
What are you
marketing.
trying to say?
Yeah, I'm just saying that you've written a lot of stuff. I've written stories too. That
We haven't go at my Today Show segment.
no, the TV. I've written the same stories, mate. The TV brands push it because that's the time when people are hunting for a TV before the footy finals, before the Olympics, before all these other times.
Now, I don't want to suggest that these TVs aren't better, because they are. We saw some examples here of a sharpness and clarity that year on year
better
was
colour,
quite
better brightness,
mind-blowing, and that was in the G series.
Yep.
Really, really
The
nice.
Evo OLEDs.
I think the price is the headline for sure.
Absolutely.
But there was an interesting conversation. Tony Brown from LG, who we know very well and is an absolute top bloke, spent some time talking about WebOS. And it's 10 years.
10th anniversary
of WebOS. And that was originally the Palm Pilot. Remember the HP
That was a
tablet?
great bit of trivia. It used to be the Palm Pilot
Did you not know
OS.
that?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I knew it, but it's not many people would know that little device
They bought
is
it
now
after that HP tablet went bust.
That's right.
They bought the
They
operating
bought the
system and
OS.
they built something beautiful out of it. Now, I don't know that much of what we were shown was actually new. I think it was just them trying to say a couple of things. Subtly, they were, showing how smart their TV is compared to things like Hubble.
Yep.
Subtly, there was a little bit of we've got free-to-air stuff here because they wanted to show the prominence debate, right?
Yeah.
But then there was things that we asked, and it was very clear this is not new, it's been around, but we don't think people know about it. Like, mate, that live sports score thing,
that's smart.
Anyone that's got an iPhone where you choose your sports team and on Google Android, you get these little widgets that show you, like I get Eels scores all the time and stuff, like it knows your team and things, right? So you can do that in the TV. So if you're watching a movie and the Souths games kicks off, which would never happen because he'd be
I'll be
across it,
watching
but
the
let's
Souths
be real.
game. Yep.
But it'll come up with a little pop-up saying game start, and if there's a score, you can choose to you don't have to
score
follow
updates,
it. You can get score updates.
Remind you the game's on. So again, putting that sport theme forward again.
I think
because when this first started, I remember when they first introduced this,
it was very
It was all American.
Mm-hmm.
There was the MLB, the NBA, and then it's only I think a couple of years ago that the NRL, AFL, and all the Aussie sports were involved. And now I could choose to get notifications for every Souths game, and you can choose Parramatta or the Dolphins or whatever bloody team you're following right now.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
I don't feel confident that it's going to take you to the live game if you've got the subscription. I feel like
not yet. No, I asked that question, didn't I?
Yeah,
about,
and they were very vague about having metadata and stuff.
Yes.
But that's, if I was them, that's what I would have been pushing. I would have pushed the back deal.
You click that, you're watching the game.
Click and watch.
Yeah,
you
true.
know,
Yeah.
like that's where we're going with these things.
Absolutely. Well, look, you mentioned Hubble earlier. That's Hubble. Hubble puts it up, doesn't just show you it's on. It takes you, if you want to press it and watch it, you're right there.
You've still got to go through a really laborious process of signing up if you don't have the app.
Read our reviews about that. But I think they know very well that sport's a big seller in Australia. It's popular. So them focusing on that, I think, was smart. Because,
and by the way, they've got a 98-inch
that's
coming
gorgeous.
in the market now. Annoyingly and difficultly, this is the 89 series, the QNED 89 comes in a 98. Anyway, you get my drift. It's a $9,000.
Yes. It's a big puppy, that one.
Now, you imagine that being, it's $8,999.
Yeah.
You imagine that absolutely being a $7,999 TV in retail.
Perhaps.
$8,000 for an LG.
And that's the QNED. That's not OLED, by the way. That's QNED.
98-inch TV is pretty decent. Their 83-inch OLED Evo G series is $10,000 for perspective.
Yeah. How big's the OLED, the biggest one? 83. Yeah, and I asked about the big TV, especially the 98-inch one. They said that they've got an arrangement with the retailers. So say I rock up and I say, I want that TV, the 98-inch. You can't fit that in the back of your car, right? Yeah. So the retailers are going to work out with LG, including, I don't know if this is included in the price, that you might have to pay overs for this, where you got to pay for delivery and installation. So whatever the retailers, and this is how it was explained to me by one of the guys from LG, whatever the retailers charge for that service, they're going to hopefully do a deal with them, and that'll be the price you pay. So if you buy the 98-inch LG, you're going to probably want to mount it on the wall, and you want it delivered, so there'll be an all-in-one price. What that is, we don't know yet, but expect to pay a little bit more.
Here's the thing. If you're prepared to buy a 98-inch LG TV from Harvey Norman, do not walk out without absolutely haggling to firstly get, and here's the strategy, get a great price first just for the TV.
Yep.
And so let's say they say instead of $9,999, you're going to pay $9,459, right? So you've saved $400-500. Then you say, I'll do it if you
include
installation
and
and mount the thing on the wall. And they'll say, oh no, that's a $400 service. You say, listen, I'm going to walk out and go and buy a different one.
Yeah.
And you're going to, I think that power is in the hands of the consumer right
perhaps,
now.
I think I reckon, I don't know if they're doing this, but LG should subsidise a bit of that, I reckon. LG should say, look, we'll pay half. We'll foot the bill for half of that if you want to. It'll move it.
Well, so what are you saying was the conversation with LG?
The conversation was that whatever the retailer charges for that is what they're going to charge the customer to install that TV. So if any TV you can buy, you can ask.
The retailer charges that. What's LG got to do with it?
No, but whatever if they're buying LG's TV, if they buy the 98-inch. The customer will be charged whatever the retailer charges to install it for them or deliver it for them.
Of course.
Okay, but not every TV. My point is that that's not a TV you can take home yourself. You have to have it delivered. You have to have it professionally installed. Other TVs...
Yeah, but what I'm missing is what's LG's role in that? It's Harvey Norman that's selling the TV and delivering it and mounting it.
But LG want to know that their customers are covered with delivery and installation. So they know that if they buy that TV... they've got to pay a little bit more to get it installed and delivered at home.
Right.
Unless they want to do it themselves, but I don't think many people want to do that.
I can't imagine.
Because it's not like you can just put a TV in the back of your car and put it on an entertainment unit. It does involve a bit of work.
The range is exhaustive. Let's be clear. I'm still not a massive fan of LG's naming convention with the QNED because QNED can be both full array backlit and mini LED.
Yeah.
There's no clear delineation.
Depends on the higher the number.
There's no clear delineation between what is a mini LED. You've got to make sure not every QNED is a mini LED, and that's a
different
bit frustrating for me.
Yeah.
Like you've got to know what because mini LED is a great technology and it's worth looking for. I've got to tell you, mate, the side by sides for some of these things. I actually don't know which one's the mini LED, right? But let's say it's the
I'd say the higher numbers.
Is it only the 91?
The 91.
QNED 91.
Yep.
Let's say the 80. Let's say the 86 is full array and the 91 is not. They had them side by side.
Yeah.
I've got to say the conventional backlighting did a very good job.
Yeah.
Next to a mini LED TV, running the same content, I think it looked good.
That's big because normally you're seeing a TV on its own. You're not seeing a TV next to it. Yeah, so you what you see, you're thinking, that looks pretty good. You don't have the luxury of having a second TV that's better than it.
And we
did. That's what we did. But there is what I like about it though is that even if you go entry level, you're still getting a quality television, and of course you want to pay more, then you get a bit more premium, a bit slightly better quality, a bit better brightness, a bit more color saturation, a bit more higher bit rate, and the colors just pop a little bit more. But then OLED, of course, they're talking about dimming zones. Each pixel on an OLED TV is a dimming zone. So there's like 8 million dimming zones on an OLED TV, which again is in a class of its own, especially the Evo panels, which are now, I think, it's up to 30% brighter than previous models. So, and powered by their Alpha 11 processor now.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, it's so good they went up, and of course it's got AI and all this processing happening in the background. And that's one thing too with these TVs with this processor, that the speed of the processor is what does all the heavy lifting for all this processing, but also too, it's really responsive. The WebOS is really responsive because it's got like a computer grade processor on board as well. That's one thing, just referring to Hubble, it's one thing that Hubble didn't have.
No.
Hubble's a bit slower because it didn't have that really powerful processor that the TVs have.
It does lag a bit. Now, outside of the traditional TVs, they do have we'll call it a lifestyle range. Now, this is in part their way of showing innovation, but it's also in part their way of responding to Samsung, who do have Serif,
their lifestyle TVs,
frame, so many very popular things. But forget all those. And last year they had the Stand By Me, which is on a stand, portable, battery-operated thing. And at IFA, I saw the Stand By Me Go, which is the TV in a suitcase, and we saw it again at CES. They are bringing that to Australia later this year. It will be $2,000.
Yeah. So $19.99. That's actually not bad value, I reckon. That's pretty good
for a 27-inch touchscreen TV or touchscreen,
and you can take it anywhere.
Monitor, because it doesn't have an antenna, but it does have HDMI input. I'm pretty sure I saw in the back. 3-hour battery life. It's heavy.
You can mirror your phone onto it and everything, can you?
But mate, it's actually not bad. $2,000. Like, that is not bad.
If you're someone who
With
sort of
sound?
does a lot of camping, travels a bit, on the road a bit, that'll work out for you.
I actually think that will sell very well.
Might ask Tony for a mate's rates price on that one. What do you reckon? See what we can do.
I'll have my normal rates, thanks, Tony.
Is that 100% discount, or is that what you were talking about? Or
I believe long-term review was what was mentioned.
extended loan? Is that right? Extended loan?
Nah, I don't mind, whatever. I've only got one LG TV.
Yeah. Oh, only one?
No, sorry. Actually,
Only
there's
one?
5 in here.
Yeah, but you bought those, didn't you? Did you buy those?
They were a commercial relationship called Contra.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. All right. Yeah, I've got a couple of the two TVs in my office are both LG OLEDs.
Right.
Yeah.
I've only got one OLED, and it's on the racing sim over there.
Of course.
Because why else would you?
Of
where
course.
else would you put an OLED?
But that's an interesting point, though, that
Gaming.
they did have the 42-inch, which is ideal for gaming, and it has been for years. So the really far the refresh rate, the HDMI 2.1, 144 hertz,
$2,199.
boom, and so hang on, so the 42.
Yep, the C4
Oh,
42.
I'm looking at the Flex. Sorry, okay, yeah, C4. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So how much?
$21.99.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And you mentioned
Yeah.
the Flex. The Flex
Yeah.
is a Flex again.
A monitor.
I saw this at IFA, and then again at CES.
Yeah.
It's a 42-inch OLED panel, and
Yep.
you push a button on the remote, and it curves in on you. So
Yeah.
if you're a gamer at a desk, mate, it's unbelievable.
You can curve and then you can make
but
it flat
is
again.
$49.99.
Yeah.
So it's very expensive.
You'd have to be doing
monitor.
very well to be buying
Considering
that
the
one.
same size OLED is
Yeah.
$21.99 flat
The
and fixed.
static one.
Just
Yeah.
get a little bit.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It might be problematic.
Could be.
All the details of the LG 2024 TV lineup you can read now at EFTM.com and techguide.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Now, I not you don't usually follow the royal news
Really?
very closely.
Mate,
I
come
know.
on.
Yeah, you hear the headlines, and I'm not
follow
I'm not
Kate
going out of
Middleton.
I'm not going out of my way to look up stuff. But
Most men have been following Kate Middleton since the royal wedding, or the one before.
This time, speaking of Kate Middleton,
Yeah.
I was looking into this because she was involved in a bit of a
Brouhaha, a
photo
fracas.
tampering
Contretemps.
controversy. Now, here's how it played out. Right, she took a photo with her 3 children that apparently was taken by Prince William.
Yeah, that's what they said.
So he took the photo, sent it out to the agencies, and after a little while, someone was noticing these little discrepancies and edits on the photo, and then all the agencies, Reuters, everyone who distributed it, sent out, and it sounded really dramatic, a kill order on the photograph because they had found out it had been tampered with. And now the agencies, who anything they distribute, of course, has to be perfect. They've got to stand by the product. They thought, nah, we're not going to support that. Kill because it had been tampered with.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah. Getty Images, AP, all these respected agencies, and this actually goes to a conversation we've had a couple of times about what to trust in the future with AI and stuff.
Yep.
And I've made the comment multiple times that I believe mainstream media will come back into its own because of its, a newsroom
Its
at a TV
trustworthiness.
station,
Yeah.
an editor's desk and a sub-editor's desk at a newspaper that check the facts and check the sources and therefore check that they can reliably trust that source, which is why when Getty Images put a photo out and the newspapers are going to run it, and they say, hang on a minute, we found out this was supplied to us by the royal family.
Yeah.
We trusted it, but we've looked at it and we think now it's doctored. You should remove it.
Yeah.
This is not something that would happen with a fake news or AI image. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it was, and Kate Middleton came out and apologised and said that as she has tried to do, she tried to improve the photo. There's so many theories flying around and there's so many funny memes. You see all the memes with her being replaced by there's so many funny things. People got too much time on their hands, look, there were some theories around why she tried to do it, and if you look closely, there's like the editing is pretty horrible around their hands and I think the sort of the jumper sort of cuts off halfway, and everyone's fingers are twisted and their legs are crossed. And is it a case where they had the Google Pixel and try to get everyone's face right.
Correct. Can you get three kids to smile at the same
What's
time?
that feature
Very
called?
hard to do.
Yeah.
Face match or something. I don't know.
So basically what it does, it takes a series of photographs, and you can do this on a Google Pixel, and you can choose, say, trying to get your kids to smile and look at the camera is very tough. So what this feature does, it allows you to choose the best expression of each of the people in the photograph and choose their faces and put it on them, and so everyone's looking at the camera and everyone's smiling.
Now, Kate Middleton came out and said, like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I want to express my apologies for the confusion to the family photograph we shared yesterday. Now, the best part about this is the image that was distributed to the press, contained the original metadata.
Right.
So the metadata for this photo shows, and this is, just to be clear, this happens with your iPhone, so be careful what you send to people with your photos. It shows that it was shot at Adelaide Cottage, where the family resides,
so
most of
location.
London.
Yep.
It was shot on a Canon EOS 5D Mark IV with a 50mm lens.
Okay.
It was then subsequently saved twice in Adobe Photoshop on an Apple Mac computer. First on March the 8th at nearly 10 o'clock at night, and the second time the following day at in the morning. So basically, firstly, this was not an app. It was done in Photoshop.
It wasn't taken on a.
Someone's been mucking around in Photoshop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And well, they did a terrible job of it.
So
They rushed it.
Did she really edit it? Like sounds like.
Is she good at Photoshop? Do you think?
Look, my wife has Photoshop.
Yeah.
I don't think she could muck around with. Like she's probably. You know what? She's probably going to end up with the same result.
Yeah.
A wonky. Jumper on the daughter's hand or something. Why is Kate not wearing a wedding ring? Big question. Anyway, let's get right into the controversy, folks.
And Prince William took the photo apparently with a Canon
Mark 5D,
nice
Mark
camera.
4. Yeah, he's doing all right.
Solid camera. Yeah.
It is a beautiful photo.
Isn't it funny, don't you reckon, that they don't let other people take their family photos? Kate Middleton and their family, they always take their own photographs.
Right, I didn't know that.
Like 9 times out of 10, it's a photo. If Kate's not in the photo, she's taken the photo. If William's not in the photo, he's taking the photo.
The thing is...
Why is that?
Mate, the thing is... Who cares?
But the Royals are massive. Like this was.
I know, but
there were people on TikTok with conspiracy
has
theories.
Undergone some dramatic surgery and is recovering and is trying to put on a happy face. There was even some idiot. I got hit on the radio with one of those last minute questions.
Yeah,
luckily
question without notice.
Luckily, I had just seen it on 9news.com.au that someone had taken a Vogue cover from 3 years ago and put it over this and gone, it's the same face. She's taken the face from the Vogue cover and put it on here. When I was asked this on the radio, I said, what you've just described to me is Face ID.
Yeah.
You have the same face.
Yeah.
Unless you've dramatically changed your appearance, your face matches.
Yeah.
And every time you smile, people have the same smile. Drop off.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Face ID.
It's pretty wild.
If you smile a certain way, there's a chance you've done that before and you look the same.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
I understand what you're getting at there.
I think she's probably looked at it, tried to muck around with it, made it different or better, and stuffed it up. And who really cares?
Who's the royal photo editor anyway?
Well, Kate Middleton, apparently.
Does he still have a job, or still have a job?
I don't think
they use a Mac too, don't they?
I think they've taken a Mac away from her.
Back away from the Mac.
What I said to Amanda was, like, if this poor woman has undergone dramatic surgery and is at home recuperating her kids, she would be desperately trying to stay, play with the kids and whatnot, and they'd be around. She's probably on her phone scrolling through TikTok all bloody day, right? So she's on her computer at night and she's just mucking around with Photoshop. She saved the photo and she sent it out.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I reckon
But the conspiracy theorists
mate, they've had a ball.
Are loving it.
Yeah.
Loving
Amazing. Yeah.
So
it was good fodder, wasn't it? Good fodder.
Well, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Had a tech angle.
Royal Watch with Stephen Fennick. Stephen, what's happening with Kate Middleton?
Well, Photoshop scandal with her at the palace.
William's still bald.
Yeah, she didn't Photoshop. Didn't Photoshop any hair on his head.
That's what she should do. If she wanted to be
funny,
she should do an attempt at Photoshopping.
Maybe she should say as a follow-up, how do you like my latest photo? Notice anything?
I took a photo with Will and the kids. Hashtag,
that would be funny. And he's got a mullet or something. That'd be great. That'd be funny.
No,
that would be funny reaction, and you know what? The press would eat that up as
Kate,
self-deprecating, funny. That's funny. Is that sort of not the royal thing?
I don't think it's in her
really?
psyche.
Yeah.
She should come to
That'd
us.
be funny. Oh, that would like it would have. People would have forgiven her for that other drama if she had to come out with that.
If I had the time,
I
I'd make that
tried
photo now
more
and put it or
Photoshop. How do you
something,
like this sort of thing? You know, like that would have been funny. Imagine Will with a
And it's
full
similar.
mullet.
The post is given the reaction to last week's photo. I thought I'd take one of Will and the kids.
I've had a lesson in Photoshop. What do you think?
Hashtag no filter.
Oh man, that's gold. They should
Jerry.
employ us as their royal consultants, maybe royal tech consultants. Would you imagine getting a call from? Hello, this is Prince William here.
Hello. Hello, Your Honest Majesty.
We heard your Two Blokes Talking Tech podcast, and we'd like to ask you about an opportunity.
I was wondering if we could dial into the next episode. Sorry, mate. 2 blokes only.
Two blokes.
If you're available in August when he's on holiday, I'll have you on. No worries at all.
We'd make an exception for Prince William.
All right,
mate.
It's official.
Prince William, third bloke for sure.
All right, it's official.
Right. Even Kate, we'd make her the third person talking to. If Kate wants to come on.
No. I'm going to be massively sexist.
Come on,
joking.
come on.
Of course I'm joking.
Third person talking tech. She
Prince
could
Charles,
give us some
I draw the line.
Photoshop tips.
King Charles, I draw the line.
Yeah.
Need to be boring as
King
bat
Charles,
poo.
you wouldn't have the king on the podcast?
Nah, mate. I'd say, can we get Wills? Wills
Prince
has done
Harry?
a podcast.
Would you get Harry on? Harry,
no, boring.
you reckon?
Yep.
Meghan Markle will want to do it anyway.
She'd be a punish. She's sitting over there going,
she
no,
wouldn't-
don't say that,
She wouldn't
Harry.
let him do it. Yeah.
No.
she'd put a foot down. She goes,
Yeah,
no, you're not doing
100%.
that. You're not doing that.
But Wills has done a podcast.
Has he?
Yeah, one not mates, but someone he's acquaintance with does a podcast about football over there.
Wow.
And he said they did it like in the Palace. It was wild.
Mate, imagine that.
Imagine the
Like,
clicks.
imagine like we've been at Apple
the
Park.
clicks.
We've been at Apple Park recording and around the world. Imagine recording in the Palace with Prince William. That'd
Highly
be
available.
crazy. That'd be crazy.
So, Prince William, what phone do you use?
Are you a Mac or a PC?
Tell me about your data plan. He'd be like,
Do you use the cloud?
I don't know, the taxpayers pay it.
What? Would he have? Would he be like the president, where they'd have like a secure phone and all that? Do you reckon that'd be?
think so.
What that'd be fascinating. Sort of like, does Joe Biden carry a phone? I remember when Barack Obama got got elected.
BlackBerry.
He was a BlackBerry fan. Like
It was
wasn't he got
filthy
nominated?
that he couldn't
2008.
use it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was taken off him. Yeah, he was really upset about that. Yeah.
I'm not sure Joe Biden's used anything with the keyboard, screen, physical, otherwise.
Did you watch the State of the Union?
No.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I didn't need to get to sleep that day.
Yeah, interesting.
Anyway.
Wow.
2 blokes talking tech here on the Royal Edition.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Don't muck around. Get yourself better Wi-Fi at netgear.com.au and all leading retailers, of course. But netgear.com.au is a place to go to research the best offers to get the best Wi-Fi. Right now, there is $400 off their best unit, the Orbi 960. And you can get the Black Edition on netgear.com.au exclusively. Normally $27.99, now $23.99. It is the backbone of your home. Like if you're renovating or you're looking to really up the game at home, this is absolutely the backbone that your home needs to get the best internet possible. Patented antenna designs to boost Wi-Fi coverage and give you high performance Wi-Fi across the home. And it's all about the quad band technology. Dedicated Wi-Fi backhaul, which means the communication between the satellites and the routers is not congested by the traffic that's existing on the network. It's all independent of that. Plus, it's got Wi-Fi 6E. And the best way to describe that is if you've got a Wi-Fi 6E smartphone or computer, it gets its own lane on the highway. It gets out. It can fly out of
Transit
your
lane.
house.
Yeah.
While your smart home devices are still trying to communicate within the house and get out. It's the perfect superhighway for your most modern devices, and Orbi has Wi-Fi 6E in the 960 quad band series. Check it out right now at netgear.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.
Right, new range of Uniden Dashcams dropped this week. Finally, we've kind of known about these for a little while, waiting for them to come out. And what I've loved the new direction of Uniden over the last little while with these dash view dash cams, because they've gone for the barrel approach. I don't need a screen on my dash cam.
No.
They still have them on the iGo, excellent, no dramas. But on the dash view range, it's just the barrel style camera, mounts up at the top of the windscreen, so
discreet.
it can be out of the way, behind the mirror, that kind of thing. And the new range includes a slightly tweaked design on the 60 Plus.
Yeah.
And here's what I like. It's kind of squared off. It actually looks really modern.
Yeah.
But this thing is 5K
5K resolution, which is like the benchmark for a lot of dash cams in the past has been Blackview,
Yeah.
which is had that first barrel design and the first to have 4K resolution. Now Uniden's come over the top with 5K resolution, 150 degree wide angle too. Now, having resolution, you need not only the lens, but you also need the sensor. Now, the sensor is the Sony Starvis, which has been kind of the staple for all the top end dash cams, including other brands, but Uniden have got the 5K resolution. So what that does, it improves the low light sensitivity. Because you remember, you're driving, it could be dark, it could be day, night, low light conditions, very bright. So it has to handle all of those, and in 5K resolution as well. The added resolution is important because it just adds detail to the video. So if there's a crucial thing you need to see, a number plate, a street sign, something like that, a car model, you can easily distinguish it if you have that added resolution. So a big improvement. And the Dash View series, there is, you mentioned there's no screen. They got a really good companion app, so you're able to connect live, see a live view, look at the recording. So say you need to download and share a video, there's no need to mess around with a memory card. You can just download it to your phone, send it off to the insurance, the police, whoever you need to send it to a friend as well. And what's impressive too with the 60 Plus is the price.
Yeah,
which starting at $399.95.
Mate, you can pre-order now. Uniden.com.au. It's a cracking looking product. Which I listen. You got a beautiful car. You don't want a big ugly dash cam. This thing's really nice. $399, 5K resolution. But that's not the only one they've launched. There's a bunch of other ones as well, including updates in the Dash View range. The 40R has the 4K front, full HD rear. And cabin camera. So basically,
internal.
Basically, it's a rearward-looking camera that allows you to see inside the car. Yeah.
So you think of maybe commercial drivers, like courier drivers, Uber drivers, taxi drivers. I think this is something for them, a bit of peace of mind to record what's happening inside the car.
And the
in
40R
case something
is
happens.
only $429.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great
and
price.
That's like a 3-in-1, isn't it? Three cameras
so
in one.
So you got a full rear camera, internal camera, and front facing.
Another feature too is the smart parking mode too, which is really important. So when your car's off, it can still detect any kind of impact on your car and trigger the recording. So it does work really well. They've got kind of like the black box technology, where it's got the G sensors that can help, that can activate the recording if it detects sudden acceleration or an impact, various things like that. And that the parking sensors can also, if someone backs into your car or hits your car while you're in a car park or something, and you can get it triggers the full recording, and that gives you in 4K and 5K resolution that video.
Now, a couple others that they've launched as well in the iGo cam range. Now, this range has been around for a long time, a huge range of dash cams, pretty much a dash cam at every price.
Yep.
The iGo Cam 35, $100.
Yeah.
$100 for a dash cam that has a 2-inch color screen and a full HD front-facing camera.
Yep.
And $179 for the iGo Cam 45R, which the R always in Uniden speak means it's got a rear camera as well.
Too. Yep.
So you can run that cable either down. I often run it, if I do it myself, I run it over the rubbers of the door
Trevor's
trim.
very handy. Yeah.
But I just pay someone to do it now because it's just better, because they'll do a better job running it through the roof liner.
Sure.
And that one there has a 2K front camera and a full HD rear.
And has the
for $179.
It has the barrel design too.
Does it?
Is that the barrel design?
No, it's got a 3-inch LCD
Oh, is that the
screen.
3-inch? Okay,
Yep.
that's the rear camera I'm seeing. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
The rear camera
it's a
has
nice
the barrel
looking
design.
unit. Yeah. Anyway, cracking.
Uniden doing very well. They won recently the CanStar Blue. They topped the charts, 5-star rating in every category. So they were considered the best dash cam on the market.
Yep.
So and this is the latest additions to the Uniden dash cam range. You can check them out on EFTM.com and techguide.com.au.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
Two Blokes Talking Tech is proudly brought to you by Arlo, and we've just sent a little meme, and I'm going to say it right now.
Yeah, do it.
Say hello to my little friend.
Say hello to my little
That
friend.
is really cool. That's
Lambro.
Inspired by our recent
Take the
cut
day
movie.
off tomorrow.
Yeah. We recently covered Scarface on
Yes.
the Best Movies You've Never Seen podcast. Great podcast.
Yep.
And that's a famous line, say hello to my little friend, but say hello to my little friend. That is really smart.
Yep,
and
yep.
I'm thinking if that's not the next Arlo marketing campaign, then I think something's wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, what we're going to talk about today, though, is the fact that Easter is on the way, and the Arlo has a Easter sale.
Yep.
So if you get 27% off Arlo products, that's a lot of discount.
Yeah.
That's more than 25%, more than a quarter off the price. Sale runs from it started on the 4th of March, runs all the way to the 31st of March. So right up until the end of that. I think that's Easter Sunday, isn't it? The 31st.
Yep. Feels like it.
Easter's very late in the month in March. So look, if you're after a new camera, an additional camera, a floodlight, a doorbell, an indoor camera, an essential range, the ultra range, you're going to get 20% off a selection of those products. And I think really illustrates the fact that now is no better time to jump in. If you haven't already jumped into the ecosystem, you should try that out for yourself. And you get 27% off as a bonus as well. So I think that's a good incentive
Cracking deal.
to get into it.
Always good to save
Either
money.
start your security journey or add to your existing range, because that's the beauty of the products. You buy one, attach it to your Wi-Fi, you can get another camera, a doorbell, a floodlight.
That one is going to be a
Boom.
gateway to much
It is.
more.
So,
I remember a time back in the day as a young man, I had just one Arlo camera. And
Now
then
you've
as
got
time,
80.
As time rolled on, I have one on every corner of my home.
Yeah, I got a few myself, and that's
I'm pretty happy with my
It's
ye
very
old school
good.
news.
Yeah, that was
reading.
pretty good. It was very good. It's really good to have visible cameras. That's another thing
Well,
too.
I'm telling you, it's a deterrent.
Look, these look great, right?
Which
They
is
look
why the
good looking.
floodlight's epic.
Visible, and yeah, my floodlight lights up the front yard. Honestly, like a massive spotlight has like a UFO is about to take me up into the mothership.
TV companies think it's good lighting.
Yeah, I could shoot a movie outside my house with that lighting. So yeah, floodlight. Doorbell, use that every day. The doorbell is I get as many calls through the doorbell every day as I do from my friends and family. So yeah, that's also handy to have. But yeah, check it out, arlo.com.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
All right, we got to see some new Samsung phones.
The
But these
Samsung,
were not
yeah.
the expensive ones. These were the A for affordable series.
I reckon, you know what, pound for pound, I reckon probably among the best smartphones on the market.
I think they are the
Yeah.
new benchmark. And I
Yeah.
say that not because obviously of performance and things. Let's be simple and upfront. I've been talking about this all week on the radio. If you want to spend $2,800 for an iPhone 15 Pro Max with a terabyte of space, go for it.
Yep.
5 times zoom, amazing photography, amazing processing power, AR, lots of things, LiDAR
Yep.
sensor, everything. If you want to then go and get a Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, $2,500, 100 times zoom, great low light, all these things, you knock yourself out.
Yep.
But this is a $550 smartphone. I've got the other one here too.
Yeah.
This is a $699 smartphone. The only real difference is the $699, the A55, has a metal edge.
Yep.
It does have a slightly different processor as well. And this one has a plastic edge, but it's very
Isn't it?
nice.
Yeah, so it's
I mean-
a bit more premium. The 55
A tiny bit more premium.
has a couple of features like slightly better camera processing.
Yeah, like a 32 megapixel selfie
Yeah.
camera, which
Yeah.
is wild. 32
Yeah,
megapixel
32.
selfie
That's
camera.
massive, yeah.
There's not many that have that. This is only
Yeah.
like a 12.
Yep.
They have the same, off the top of my head, they're the same ultra wide and wide, but the telephoto is, like 12 megapixels.
I've got it
versus
right here,
32 or
Trevor.
something.
The 35 has an 8 megapixel ultra wide, 50 megapixel main camera, 5 megapixel macro, 13 megapixel front camera. The A55 has a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 50 megapixel main, 5 megapixel macro, 32 megapixel front camera. Both, I think, dimensions pretty much similar.
Yeah.
But you can see
there's a half a millimeter in the width and height.
So the difference, like to put it in Apple terms, the difference is like the 15
And
the 15 Pro.
Yeah.
So the slight improvement in quality of.
I'm always we've tested lots of different phones.
Yep.
We've tested phones of all price points, and I've always been a fan. Been a fan of low price phones.
Yep.
Oppo, Motorola, you name it, they make good phones, right?
They do.
But Samsung obviously is a benchmark brand and those kind of things. So that's why I went, you know what? I don't even want to use the $699. I want to use the $549 phone.
Cheaper.
So I put my SIM card in it on Thursday. When was the event? Friday or Thursday? Thursday, right? Put my SIM card in it Thursday night. Download the apps that I think I need. And I always set these phones up from scratch because I like to download apps as I need them as opposed to just doing a backup and restore.
I back up from another Samsung phone.
I just think it's a I want to have an experience of understanding, the whole process. Anyway, it's all good. The bezels on this are thick. Yeah, there's a black border around it that, from an iPhone perspective, that's a couple of generations ago,
so
right?
Is that the 35? That's the 35.
Is the 35,
but the
right?
55 has slightly thinner bezels,
right?
Yep.
But that's what I notice using it is the thicker bezel. But the screen is excellent. Like it's a full HD plus screen, and I think to myself,
same size on both, 6.6 inch.
Why do you need more pixels on a screen?
Yeah.
This looks amazing. 120 hertz refresh if needed.
Yeah, and vision booster.
The battery life is one of its standout features. Now I'm a kind of 4 a.m., 5 a.m. starter. 10 or 11 at night. 20%, 26%, 30% battery at night.
Wow.
Through a whole proper day.
Yeah.
And I am still using TikTok in that time.
Couple of things too. A first for the A series, a couple of firsts. They've got the new the AI image signal processing now on the A series, which means better low light images. So like the nightography kind of features. So low light. The other first for the A series is Samsung Knox Vault as well. The security. So basically protects all your data. Look, basically, if you don't know the PIN code to this phone, you're not going to get in it, or the pattern.
If you don't know the PIN code and you sent this off to recycling, they can never get the data.
Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
The other thing too, they've got also an auto blocker as well. So if you're downloading apps, it can stop app installations from unauthorized sources, and also give you security checks. So if you're downloading an app that might have potential malware, it'll give you a heads up and prevent you from installing it.
I'm staying on the 35 for as long as I can.
And
when I say that, I mean like there'll be another phone that comes along, right? There'll be another phone that comes along that I've got to review.
Of course.
I'll switch to that. But genuinely, I'm not prompted to go back to the iPhone. Now, here's what I'm going to miss out on. I'm going to miss out on 5x zoom, which I do love, and that is why I've kept with the big phone, right?
Yep.
And by the way, look at the size of the iPhone 15 Pro Max compared to the 35, almost the
35 is
same.
bigger.
35 is slightly bigger.
Wow.
And I'll be honest, I've still kept this powered because I don't know if I've got all my apps, so I keep an eye on it every day, just looking at any notifications or anything.
So that's got a SIM in it or not?
No
just
SIM.
No SIM
SOS
on Wi-Fi.
Only.
Yep.
But what I will do in full declaration this Sunday, Jackson's playing the grand final of the baseball. I'm going to take this because it's got 5x zoom.
Yeah, it's got a better camera.
And I might, if he's pitching, I definitely want to take some photos. Right
there, you go.
I can't do the 5x zoom on the. I could zoom in digitally. I'm not going to, but it's an important day. So
but that's a good illustration of the difference. Like that's why this is an A series, because it doesn't have the same features as the Pro phones. That's the difference.
That's where you hit that point. And so I've described it this week as saying, look, I think the majority, I can't remember what I wrote, but I wrote something like there's three types of people. There's people that buy the top end phones because they love tech and they're early adopters. They're always going to do that. Then there's people who buy them because they don't know what they're spending. They don't know what they cost. They're just getting on a plan and it's just a new phone. They don't care. They don't realize they're spending $2,000. And then there's people who actually don't need it and don't want for it, and they just happen to be doing it. So they're the people that you buy. What you're buying with this is a phone that you need.
Yeah.
Not a phone that you think you'll need.
Ticks all the boxes. Got a nice screen, nice camera, great battery life. Runs
honestly,
all your apps. Boom.
This is now. So why I call it a benchmark is not because I'll judge the iPhone by it, but because when I get an Oppo or a Motorola and it's around this price point, because I think they have better phones in the lower price point. I think Samsung value phones are at a premium already in this space. So I think at a $549,
so they're more mid tier.
I bet you. Well, I think this is low tier because you think
$549.
You think an iPhone 15 is like $1,300 bucks. So mid tier is really $800-900.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is really low tier. Yeah. But I think
so what is it? $699, 549.
I'd like to see the 549 A35 up against something from Oppo and Motorola that's probably 449.
Yeah.
So it's got a 4 in front of it so that we can see whether at a lower price point they can compete at this price.
Because you got to remember, Samsung, this is their top technology filtering down, whereas Oppo and those other brands, it's their technology trying to filter up, trying to match these other brands, and you do get a lot of value in that market, in that category. Samsung, the A35, A55 offer tremendous value. One thing, other little difference I noticed, the two phones, and I can see it from here,
is you want to talk about the lenses?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pointed this out to Samsung.
Yes, I said to them that the A55, around the lenses, it matches the colour of the phone, whereas the colour around the lenses on the A35 is just black. A little bit of attention to detail, don't you reckon? And I actually, they didn't notice it. I pointed out to
the
them.
Aussie team hadn't noticed that.
They said, "Oh yeah, okay, that's nice."
Oh, look, don't get me wrong. This is a beautiful premium
What colour
phone.
do you call that, mate?
This is lilac.
Okay.
I would not get this colour.
Okay.
And it is, mate.
I've got the blue one. What's that? Awesome blue. Awesome blue.
Mate, if I was, I mean, if you could, you would buy this because it's a beautiful, better looking phone.
Yeah, I like how that sort of like colour changes in the light.
It
really
But my
shimmers.
point was that I don't think I'm missing anything by not using the 55.
Okay.
That's why I went
Fair
for
call.
the 35.
Yep, fair call.
That's not to say this isn't a great phone. It's probably the pick of the two in.
If you're into your
broad terms.
selfies, that's the one to get. 32 megapixel selfies.
32
Geez.
megapixel selfie camera is wild.
Boom. That'd be a one feature that would make people buy that phone.
Yeah,
32 megapixel.
But so for me, it's a question of the market here, right? Apple's never going to come into this market.
No.
The SE, I'm going to check right now live. I don't know what the
Hot
SE is
rumours,
still retailing
yeah.
for. What
There are rumours that it's coming out in March, the SE, the new
Right.
SE. Didn't you hear that rumour?
What do you think it'll be?
Well, it'll be the first buttonless SE.
Yeah.
It'll be all screen. It'll be like
You think
basically
it'll be
the iPhone 10.
12?
It'll be iPhone
You
10.
think it'll be 10 in design?
10, 11 in design.
Right.
Yeah.
So SE it's actually 719 now.
Yeah.
That's cheaper. It used to be 749.
Boom.
So 719. So that's interesting, right? An
Yeah.
iPhone SE is the guts of an iPhone.
8. iPhone 8?
No, it's the body of an iPhone 8 with the guts of like an
Guts
iPhone
of
10
a
or
12. A 12, yeah.
It's a 12.
12.
So I would say,
Because it's 5G. Yeah.
interestingly, right? This is 699. iPhone SE is 719.
So $20 more.
20. It's not going to.
Wow. Put
That's
those
an
features next
interesting
to
point.
Put those features next to each other. That the Samsung is bigger screen, bigger battery, better camera.
And the thing is, the iPhone's only got one little camera.
One camera.
Look at that,
yeah.
3.
Yeah, wow. But it's an iPhone. So that's what people
that's
look
the
at.
challenge, right?
'Cause it's
How
an
does
iPhone.
Samsung convert? Do they care about converting people at that price point?
I'd say that'd be where more people are susceptible to switch at that price. I don't think you're going to spend a couple of $1,000 on a phone. You're pretty fixed on the phone you want to buy. You pick and stick at that price. I reckon at that category, that level, you'd be more of a chance of getting switches.
This is a better looking phone than the iPhone SE as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Isn't it?
It is very, very smart.
No
In
doubt.
fact, doesn't look much different to the S24. The S24 and S24
the standard
Plus.
24 and 24
Yeah,
Plus.
yeah. But they've got like another camera, I think, on the S24.
Yeah,
Another
but they've got the
thingy.
same squared.
Yeah, same sort of
iPhone-like design.
iPhone. Yeah,
iPhone 12, 13, 14
iPhone
design.
flattery design. Yeah,
Yeah. But I think the market is strong here. I think that is it interesting to you that like it's essentially just become Samsung, Oppo, and Motorola in the low price point. There's not really much else in there.
Nokia.
Good point. Yeah,
they're there. Yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen.
They're batting pretty solid too, and with their self-repairing phones, you can fix up the screen and change out the battery if you need to.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of mate. I still think it's a sweet spot. And I said to so many people this week, the thing about spending $500 on a phone outright and owning it is, you then buy the freedom to do the switching of telcos and saving money. So you're not just saving that upfront money of buying the phone; you are saving every single month.
Yeah. One other limitation that comes to mind: no wireless charging.
That's true.
So there's no wireless charging, but it does have an eSIM.
Yes.
eSIM and a regular SIM.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if you like you said, you want to buy it outright, you want to maybe go to Boost or an MVNO. A lot of them have the eSIM capability, so you can actually sign up online
Instantly.
and boom, your phone, your number's activated and working.
Yeah.
So there is an eSIM on board, but no wireless charging. Yeah.
So
is that a deal breaker? I don't think so.
I don't think wireless charging is a deal
Are
breaker.
there other phones at that level that have wireless charging?
I think they might be, yeah.
Does that mean it still has NFC and all that? Can you make tap and go payments?
I've
It
been
does
using-
have
yep,
Google
I've been
Wallet.
doing
Yeah, of course you have.
Samsung
Of course
Pay,
you have. Even on the A35.
Yep.
There you go. It's official.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a deal breaker for you, if you couldn't do
100%.
that.
If it
Yeah.
didn't have Samsung or Google Pay,
Right.
and I've been using Samsung Pay, which is a little bit easier to activate. I like it.
Yeah, sort of off the home screen, off the bottom.
yeah, off the bottom.
I accidentally activate that when I'm just trying to unlock the phone or swipe up for the apps. It's,
right. So you think rumour March for the SE?
Well, that's what I heard. Rumours are rumours, I guess.
Don't you get this sense that we're in this lull right now?
Yeah, I do. Sort of calm before the storm sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking up on Mac Rumours right now. Should I do that or?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm searching. I'm searching for
them and Mark Gurman from Bloomberg.
iPhone SE.
Just throw us some contacts. Just throw us some leaks somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
What's
a bloke got to do to get a leak? Hang on.
iPhone SE4 it's saying that it was the third generation was launched in March 2022, so fourth generation would due. This is sort of the window, March.
Yeah,
so,
right. Just looking at the history of it to understand where it's.
Yeah.
It does. It needs.
The last update was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would get the body. It would get the guts. You think body of a 10 or 11 and the guts of like a 14.
It'd be like not the Pro. It'd be probably the iPhone 12 or 11. What do you reckon?
Well, this one's got the guts of the 12, doesn't
12
it?
already. Yeah. So I'm talking the design of the 12.
You think it'd be the design of the 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like it to have the design.
So
of the 12.
it'd have the flat edges. So the previous one, I think the 11 was the last curved edge.
That's right.
12 was the first 5G and flat edge.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Give it some consistency with the other models.
Do you think it would be the 12 mini size? Because the SE is the size of a 12 mini.
Yeah. Is that another reason why they didn't have a mini last year and this year? Were they sort of holding their
powder dry for all the people that want a little phone?
Maybe. Yeah, that could be it.
And
is that too small?
To that.
Is that too small though?
No, it was a great phone.
The mini.
How
small are your hands?
The same size as an iPhone 6, 7 and 8.
Wow, how small are your hands?
It's the exact same
I
size.
suppose.
Mate,
We
stop
were used to
pretending
it.
like we didn't use little phones.
We were used to it before.
Just because you got these big fat fingers, God.
We were used to it before. Yeah, I think it'll be probably somewhere in between. Is there a between size, you reckon?
No.
So what was the mini size? Was that 5.3
inch or something?
5 point, what was that?
The screen?
Yeah. iPhone mini. Let me look it up.
Stephen's going to look it up. Googling with
iPhone
Stephen Fennick.
mini.
Live.
12 mini. What is that the one? 12 mini. Which you can still buy refurbished models, by the way.
Yeah.
Screen size. I'm trying to look for it. Sharp display
Stephen
quality.
is
5.4 inches.
I see, I was bloody
5
close.
point. What did you say?
Smaller than that. I said 5.3.
5.4 it is, yeah. OLED 2340 by 1080 resolution. So, yeah.
Mate, that's the phone.
That could be the one. So,
That's the
basically, the
Because you gotta
iPhone
be
12 mini is going to be the new iPhone SE4.
with the power processor of an iPhone 14.
Yeah.
Because remember, the iPhone SE is popular with people, not just because of the home button, because of the size.
Yeah.
People that buy that want affordable and small.
Well, you think about the SE right now with the home button. What was that screen? Like 5 or 4.8 or something, right? It's pretty small. So take away the home button, and you've got there's your phone.
So
that's why they didn't do the mini again.
Let me give you one other possibility then.
Yeah.
What about this? iPhone SE and iPhone SE Plus. And what you do there is you create a $799 price point for the SE and a $999 price point for the SE Plus.
Yep.
Then you've got an $11,999 price point for the 15.
Well, on Apple, I'm going to go to Apple's website right now. It's riveting podcasting.
I know, we're good at it.
I'm going to go to iPhone, and available now is the 13.
Yeah, at $1,099.
At is that what it starts at?
Yep.
1,099, $10.99.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah, $10.99.
Yeah.
All the way up to $16.49.
Yeah, but see, the 13 doesn't come in a plus size.
No,
But the
14
does.
15 does, and and the 15 Pro does as well. At the moment, iPhone SE, what did you say? 719 is starting at 719.
So what they've got now is a 799 and then a 1099. There's a gap.
There's a
right?
gap. It's absolutely.
And then it goes 14 is 1299 and the 14 plus is 1499 and then in there is the 15 and upwards,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So you put the You put the SE with an iPhone 12 body in at $799 because it's going to come out more expensive, and then you put the SE Plus at like $999. So then you go to $1099, etc. from there.
And what do you reckon camera wise they'll do? There's only the one
dual
on the
dual lens,
like the 8, like the 8 Plus, like the 8
it's
Plus.
like the 12.
Oh, that was dual, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but okay, yeah. Maybe arrange horizontally instead of diagonally or something.
No, it'd be they'll go vertical. If they do anything, they're going to. And
it has to be different too.
They're going to go vertical,
yeah,
because of spatial video.
Ah, okay.
Like I bet you any money.
Can the SE shoot spatial video though?
No,
only the Pro can.
Why wouldn't it?
But at the moment,
why wouldn't that be a future?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
But can the 15
from a
shoot
design
spatial?
perspective, though,
yeah. Okay.
The 16, I reckon, is going to go vertical.
Yep.
With the lenses, and it could be,
like
it
Samsung?
could be, no, but not 3 of them. They'll put 2 and then 2, like 2 and then 1.
Oh, so okay,
it'll just be like a dice. No, like that's a bad example because they'd be on an angle.
Yeah.
But one up and down on the side of the phone, so that when you put the phone sideways, that's interesting because this one already has it. See how they're vertical essentially. Yep. So the spatial video, assuming it's using those two
lenses, is
right. Okay. But if you were doing spatial video with those two, it'd be weird.
Yeah.
So I think in the 16, the angled lenses will be straightened, so that they can do spatial video. Whether that comes to the SE is another thing.
First.
You will hear it here first too.
But SE. But yeah, it could drop any minute.
Rumours, and that all started from talking about an outstanding phone.
Yeah, the Samsung
A35 and A55. Details of these phones, their specs, everything you need to know at techguide.com.au, at EFTM.com. I've got a full review of the 35 up at EFTM.com, and Stephen's going to review the 55 very soon. Two Blokes Talking Tech.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech.
All right, and it's really sad the Bunnies lost, but next week you've got another chance to get off the bottom of the table.
You don't win the comp in March, so
you've just conceded that they lost tonight, and you don't even know because it's tomorrow.
Well, we don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I could be celebrating right now or crying into my Diet Coke. I don't know. One or the other.
That's very funny.
It'll be one or the other. That's how either extreme it'll be.
All right, we'll unpack that next week. Here on Two Blokes Talking Tech. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. Leave reviews and ratings and get in touch with us. We just love hearing from you.
Please do.
See you, mate.
Ciao.
This is Two Blokes Talking Tech with Trevor Long and Stephen Fennick.